Hey guys, welcome to Offshoot Comics Off Topic. We're your hosts, Kirby King,
And Black Superman.
also known as David Clark,
And Walter Bryant.
Today we're talking about Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It premiered. Coulson is
Crazy?
he's not crazy. It's a lot of pressure to be director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Also,
Nick Fury did it.
yeah, but Nick Fury had the backing of the United States government. Now they're terrorists.
They're not terrorists.
They're
they're on
technically
terrorist watch, but I mean
Yeah.
they're not really terrorists.
And they're being hunted by Talbot, which isn't he in
The
Hulk?
Incredible Hulk's
Yeah.
guy, the guy who was in love with Betty.
Yeah,
that's that guy.
Except he's got a wife and kids now, though, so I don't think he's gonna be.
That's because he couldn't get Betty. I mean, look.
Wait, is that why I hate S.H.I.E.L.D. because of the Hulk?
Probably.
Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably it.
Brigadier General Talbot, the guy who got his stripes because he couldn't beat the Hulk, who now is
An Avenger from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, that guy.
He's like, yes, Hulk's a bad guy now. I can go after him. But so yeah, it's a weird feeling though because like I don't know how long it's been. I don't know if they said. If they said, I don't remember, but it seems like it's been a really long time.
Yeah, it's kind of like a time. It feels like a time.
It's been a few
time
months
skip, like,
because Ward has a full beard now. That's.
And he tried to kill himself a couple of
I'm not
times.
sure if he actually really tried to do it. I think he might have just did that for the pity vote.
No, I think he tried to kill himself.
You think so?
Oh yeah. I mean,
he did cut down the middle, which is kind of what you would do if you want to die.
Yeah.
But then again, you could do that if you want people to think you changed, so that when the time comes, they can let their guard down.
No,
He's Hydra.
He's not
He's
Hydra.
Hydra.
No. He was head over heels for that one dude.
But he's Hydra.
No, that one dude was Hydra.
Nah.
And that guy actually wasn't even Hydra. He was just like, he was out for himself, and Hydra happened to help him get what he wanted. So
I don't
remember.
No.
Sky said to him,
he burned me once. I will not be burned again.
Sky said to him last season, she's like, you're a Nazi. And he goes, no, I'm not. And she goes, look up Hydra. It means Nazi.
He probably went and Googled it. It was like, oh, I'm a Nazi. That's so weird.
I'm a huge Xena fan.
Mm-hmm.
Huge Xena fan. So they said Lucy Lawless is coming into this show. I was looking forward to Lucy Lawless being on the show. And she was dead by the end of the episode.
She might still be alive. We don't know what that stone did to her.
We really don't.
She might have powers.
She might get powers. Or she may be dead.
No. Well, maybe they couldn't afford her in the budget, so they're like, hey, you want to do one episode? That's all we can afford.
I would really like to see Lucy Lawless come back though, because I love Xena. But anyway, and then the guy who was with her. Okay, now that you've seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about. That dude was a punk. I mean, like his two comrades are dead. The Absorbing Man's about to get this thing that we all know he's not supposed to have, and he just laid there and pretended to be dead.
Well, no. Okay, see, look, I think that was a smart thing to do because you are a regular human being who just went through a car crash. You have no weapons. You don't know what's going on. And the Absorbing Man, somebody who fights the Incredible Hulk on a regular basis, is just like 5 feet away. You let him take what he wants, and you survive to fight another day.
Nah. You can't. You don't know what this thing can do. All you know is the Absorbing Man, a guy who has no problem with murdering everybody, is about to get.
Like, what would he have done though? Like, get on and go, stop, villain, and then he'd be like,
he could die with his comrades,
and then be useless, and then they'd have no clue what happened.
Captain America would have tried.
He's Captain America. He can fight back. Sort of, because then he would absorb vibranium, and then
yeah, that would have been a real big problem.
Yeah, the tree thing looked gross, by the way. I have a thing about weird skin. It makes me have nightmares, and so when I saw the tree thing, I'm like, "This is not gonna be a good night. It's not gonna be a good night." And it was not a good night. I had really weird skin-related dreams, but I was excited that they actually put in like he's not like a high-class villain, but he's a pretty good one though.
Yeah, I mean he has the ability to be a high-class villain, but he has no brains. He's all brawn. He hits things. That's his job.
Right.
But I will say this: those two guys who were watching him inside the glass cage were idiots. Just the idea, okay, you know that this is the Absorbing Man. You don't see him inside, but you know that he hasn't broken out. The first thing I thought was he absorbed the glass. He's still standing in there. It was the first thing I thought. These are highly trained military operatives, supposedly.
Remember though, they're military. They're not S.H.I.E.L.D. Military, they deal with people who shoot back at them. S.H.I.E.L.D. deals with Loki. So they have two different skill sets and two different ideas of what's possible. Remember, before this, no one had known of the absorbing man except for Hydra. So you wouldn't think he would absorb glass and then become invisible. No.
Why wouldn't you?
If you were the military, you probably would think that because that's not a thing. That's just not a thing. No one does that.
Did you have that problem?
Well,
as soon as he disappeared, what was the first thing you thought?
I would gas the room, see if he's still there somewhere, and then see if he passes out.
But the idea that he was still in that room was still there for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, the idea
that's
like that.
We think like S.H.I.E.L.D. agents though. We think if the Hulk is out there, anything is possible. Thor is a real thing, so why not? But they don't think that way though, because they haven't had to deal with that.
Just like, you ever notice? Okay, like if you ever go into a room full of nerds, every nerd who walks into a room looks up.
Of course,
we all do, because we all believe that it's very possible there's somebody up there. We all believe it. It's the truth. This is life as a nerd.
Yeah.
Other people walk in, you watch Spider-Man movies or whatever. Spider-Man is just sitting there on the wall.
Look down.
Yeah, and
look to the left.
He drops some blood. They go, where'd this blood come from? It couldn't be up on the ceiling. There's no such thing as Spider-Man. It's got to be something else. I don't understand.
Yeah, but that was kind of dumb of them. But remember,
it was incredibly dumb.
Remember, they're not trained for supernatural power people. Even though after New York,
you would think everybody would be.
You would think. But remember though, this is.
I would be training children. I mean, like, look, okay, this kid comes. This thing happens. A portal appears here. You stop, drop, and roll. You pick up this cannon and you blow that away. This would be the training that people would get in New York.
Yeah, but
only in New York because it's the only place it's ever happened.
But to be fair though, even if they hadn't let him out, he was getting out. Like he just picked the easiest way to get out. He was,
into the place that he wanted to be, that Coulson warned Talbot.
And Talbot, like, they should have known from his days of chasing the Hulk that he wasn't going to listen, though. Like,
they did know, which is why they set him up.
I would have let Talbot die. Because he is a big stumbling block.
But see, they needed him, though. They didn't know where they were going to get the Quinjet. They got their Quinjet.
First of all, how aren't the Quinjets all S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff?
No, Quinjets are Stark stuff.
And, okay, so Mr. I'm friends with Tony Stark couldn't just go say, hey, Tony, real quick, give me a Quinjet.
Yeah, Tony is probably actually still sort of a law-abiding citizen.
No, he knows good and well Coulson and S.H.I.E.L.D. aren't evil.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying there's a big difference between being able to say, I know that you're cool, but I can't give you this without putting me on the wrong side of the law, and I'm still trying to make my billions.
Tony could make a Quinjet disappear. They don't track his Iron Man stuff.
They do track his Iron Man stuff.
They can't, because if they could, they'd have it.
He just shows up with it.
Yeah,
so they're like
he could just lose a Quinjet or make it off the books.
But see, he's not hiding the Iron Man stuff.
But
he could. Actually, though, he could hide a Quinjet and Iron Man stuff.
Like, he made an army of Iron Mans that they did not know about. Okay, so I'm pretty sure he could have made one and just given one to them.
Yeah, you know what though? Logic dictates that money's got to go somewhere. I mean, we saw Batman. Mm-hmm. When Batman's books were being done by that one guy who was like, I'm going to tell everybody that you're Batman. I mean, they didn't turn out very well for the guy. The Joker tried to kill him.
Right, but this would be like if Batman himself was also doing the building. He's going to hide that money really well.
Oh, yeah, because that wasn't real Batman, though.
Yeah, that was
Batman. Nolan Batman.
That was fake Batman.
He's not real Batman.
Yeah. But I think,
you all know how we feel about that guy.
Like,
he's not really Batman.
He really should have reached out to Tony, though. Or to Thor. Or to Hulk. Or to Black Widow.
But he needed a Quinjet.
Somebody.
And see, like I actually, once all that happened, I kind of understood what they were talking about, needing the Quinjet because they can get cloaking devices and all that other stuff. They can get around the world. I mean, unless you have somebody who can make portals, and you can't because they belong to Fox.
The most powerful force in the Marvel Universe.
So unless you've got somebody who can make portals for you, you really don't have a choice but to have some kind of a supersonic jet
You get a
with
Hulk.
cloaking device.
You get a Hulk. Stealth doesn't matter when you have a Hulk.
But this would be a good time to introduce T'Challa, because you could just go there and just be like, look,
that would be cool because they need him more than ever.
yeah. This would be the best time in the world to introduce Black Panther. Hey, look, we need you to retrofit this jet. We need some weapons, and we need to be able to do it in a way that the government cannot trace. And you just cannot trace them because they are separated from the entire world.
And T'Challa already knows everything that went on with S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra, and he knows who's innocent and who's not and where they are. I mean, he just knows all of that right now.
And he's probably already hacked Tony Stark anyway. So he probably can retrofit the Quinjet jet like right now.
He's probably sitting back like, my movie is coming. He's preparing. I mean, they could use him, but they need to call their other Avenger friends because all the Avengers are now on that list. Tony's probably on that list now because they're looking like they're
they
blaming
can't
everybody.
put Tony on the list
Because he's too rich.
Because he's too rich, and the military needs him. See, they can get away with putting Captain America on that list because Captain America is just one guy.
Yeah, but see, Captain America could just go to the news and say, "I'm good,"
and
they're like, "Yeah,
you're right, you Captain America." And like you could do that to Nick Fury. Nick Fury's dead though, so they don't really care. But you can't really do that to Tony Stark because Tony Stark is their largest supplier of weapons.
And you can't do it to Thor because he's the god of thunder.
Yeah, you can't do.
And you can't do it to the Hulk because the Hulk is so obviously innocent. Obviously.
Oh, and also because he won't care.
Yeah, that's true. Hulk, you can't come here on the list. What's on the list? Smash.
So no. So the Avengers, they can go after the Black Widow, but the Black Widow basically stood up in front of the entire government and said, "Put me in jail," and walked out. So yeah, the Avengers are already off the hook. So the government's going to have somebody that they can hound. It's going to have to be S.H.I.E.L.D.
I would have asked Thor if he could ask Big Daddy Odin, can we hide in Asgard and then you open portals and send us back when we need to do missions? Because Earth sucks right now and you kind of owe us because your problems always keep coming here.
Yeah, except for Thor won't care either.
Thor
doesn't care.
He likes Coulson.
No, yeah, he likes Coulson, but he doesn't give a crap. Like he's not gonna look.
If it helps Coulson save the world that has Jane on it, he'll do it.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that one.
Fitz.
That he's hallucinating Simmons,
and he lost his intelligence, which he's gonna get it back. He's gonna find a way to he'll get some sort of serum or he'll get the house guest stuff and regen it, but. It was sad because he's not brilliant and his girlfriend is gone.
Yeah, and see, it's weird because you would think that she would have stayed by his side because things were bad. Instead, she's like, no, he's worse with me here. Really?
Well, technically, he'd be seeing two of her though, and that would make him even more crazy. At least with one of them.
Actually, he might not have been hallucinating her if she was there. This may be loneliness and, brain damage. But, mostly brain damage. But, loneliness probably has something to do with it.
If he was in Kishimoto's verse, he'd have the all-powerful Mangekyo Sharingan right now. He'd be like super hacks. all that brain damage going on.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's true.
That's how Sharingan works. The more brain damage you are, the stronger it gets. So, basically, the ultimate form is going but anyways, though, I want to know. He sucks. I want to know what that thing is. That silver thing.
So do I.
It might be a thing.
And I want more Absorbing Man because he was really freaking awesome.
Oh yeah,
he was way better on this show than he's ever been in any cartoon or comic book I've ever read.
To be fair, that's because the Hulk's not here.
Fair enough. Against street level villains and street level heroes.
Against regular people, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah. But when the Avengers come back home, though, he'll have to leave.
It's true.
But that silver thing is interesting. I think it could be an Infinity Stone.
Possible, but
because as of Guardians of the Galaxy, we know if you touch it and you're an Infinity Stone and you're not good enough, it will destroy your body, which is what it was doing here. And they all have different shapes now, apparently, because that's a thing.
Yeah, but they eventually will all become oval stone thingies.
Yeah, but it could be a Infinity Stone. It could be some Kree stuff. because it had those alien symbols on it and whatnot, and it was turning her blue like the Kree.
Mm-hmm.
So, who knows? Maybe how Miss Marvel gets her powers.
Possible. I mean, I thought about that, and I wouldn't mind seeing Lucy Lawless, get some powers, but she can't be Miss Marvel because she's too old to be that hot. So it's got to be something else.
It could always be Sky.
Fitz is brain damaged. Simmons is gone. Lucy Lawless died before the episode was over. They're in a great place.
Yeah, what's his name? Ward is had his come to Jesus moment, I guess. He's like he grew a beard, which means now he's religious. Because he seems to be like completely different than he was last season.
And he's behind a force field. So
he's gonna get out.
Of course he is. There's gonna be a power failure or something, and he's gonna save Sky, and that's going to be when they decide.
He killed a lot of people.
He really
he killed Victoria Hand, which probably is a good thing anyway though.
Shot her in the head.
She's always evil though. She's always turned out to be evil.
Not this time. This time she was the good guy.
No, she hadn't been alive long enough. She would have betrayed them at some point.
She didn't get a chance though.
But yeah, it was a good first episode. We might actually continue reviewing this one because the first season wasn't.
The first season got better.
It got better, but it
didn't start out well. It was like there was a good first episode.
Right.
I'll tell you what it was. Like the first few episodes were really campy. It really was. It was like. It was like they couldn't figure out how to make you take the show seriously, so they weren't taking it seriously, and it was really, really campy, and
I think they probably went and watched seasons 1 and 2 of Arrow, and they're like, all right, guys, we're just gonna do that.
Yeah, because this is definitely more Arrow and less Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this season.
But when S.H.I.E.L.D. comes back, they're gonna be like that again.
I hope not. I really hope not. I mean, you can have some comedy, but you can't be that comedic on primetime television and think the show's going to last. You just can't. Not unless you're going to tell everybody it's a comedy. And then if it's going to be a comedy, people are only going to watch 30 minutes of it because people just can't take an hour of
campy S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, just not gonna happen.
But yeah, so far we like where it's going. It's a lot different than it started out in season 1, so we'll keep you up to date. That's it for this video. Make sure to watch our Gotham video, which should be here, and then also watch our anime versus comic video, which should be here. Hopefully.
And we have a stuff video also.
Which will not be here because I have no idea when that's happening. But until next time, though, we've been your host, Kirby Kid.
And Black Superman.
See you later, guys.